Oh, hello everybody and welcome back to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only podcast in the world that is a complete shit show. I am Turch and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the Flat Pack Master. It's Kieran. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you very much. And I just want a public service announcement that 3 men can flat pack an IKEA table and we can do it in about 2 hours.
It was quite a substantially long time for 3 men. My favourite thing was...
See, what happened? You went with us for most of it.
Yeah, true.
And I had started the process, right? Okay, I was figuring it out. And then I realised I didn't have a beer. So I had to come downstairs and get a beer and then go back up. And then I started... And I was doing okay, I found that L1 piece and connect it to that piece. And then Niall and Berger decided to join me, and then one of them grabbed the instructions. So I'm like, now I don't have the instructions. And then they're trying to catch up. And then so Niall sort of was...
It was a rotation.
And then Berger took it. And then we fucked up. We put the wrong piece in the wrong section.
My favourite bit was the whole time there was a drill.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Ready to be used at any time. And I mentioned this to Jess.
Yeah.
And I said, all 3 boys have walked past the drill multiple times.
No, we saw the drill.
And then it was...
The drill was used later on.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then I heard someone go, there's a drill here. And the drill was... And I'm sorry, I'm going to put out there, I'm very sorry, everyone. We haven't had an episode in a little bit. Simply because we've... some family stuff's happened here for me.
Yeah.
And I've been very busy. It is my fault that we haven't had the show. But we're back. We've got this episode. We've got another episode we're recording very soon as well. A music special with one of our guests.
That's right.
And so we're going to...
But it's good. It's good to be back. We've had a little bit of a break.
It's fantastic to be back. I just want to say congratulations to Karaoke Big E.
Yeah.
It's on their 201st episode. They played our message.
Fantastic.
But they are also going on hiatus for a while.
Uh-huh.
They're taking a bit of a break. And I also want to say to the Man Brain podcast, Content Kings, one of the shows on that show I've been on before, and I think you've got to still go on there, their live streams. Their whole SoundCloud channel has been wiped because apparently some of their content was pornographic in nature. Now, I don't know how audio can really be pornographic.
That's very upsetting.
It's very upsetting because we're also on SoundCloud.
And we've also had porn stars.
Yes.
Well, we've reviewed porn stars.
So I'm a little bit worried about our content. We're safe for now. Every single episode is backed up. So if worse comes to worse, we might have to change where we live. But we are safe for now.
We're safe for now. That's right. That's right. But, look, Rumble will have us. So
that's right.
If we need a place...
Rumble, Anchor, they just want it. They just want more podcasts.
More podcasts, that's right. So good to be back. Welcome back, Turch.
Well, it's okay, because in that time, I've done...
The world has opened up, and we've been doing things
We're
as
back,
well.
That's right. We're back in the swing of things. Victoria has opened up as a state. We're allowed to do stuff, which means I've got so many fucking rants. Speaking of opening up, my partner's business just opened up.
Yeah.
Moving from a home business into a warehouse space, hiring people, all that sort of stuff. And in this time here, we've been fitting out the warehouse. You've come down to the warehouse. That's where you were doing flat pack
that's right.
stuff. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been helping a whole bunch too. But one of the things we needed was a lot of stuff delivered to the warehouse. And she's a dog groomer, a fantastic business. And some of the things she needed were very big, large tools.
Right.
And one of them is obviously like a dog bath.
Dog bath, yeah.
So she orders all these things. Anthony, help us go down to the warehouse. Right? And one time I went there, helped with the deliveries. Next time she went there, they were delivering the dog bath.
Right.
And... so the guy gets out of the truck.
It's
a warehouse location, and opens up the back of the truck. This is one of my rants. And goes, so where is your forklift? To Jess. And Jess goes, I don't have a forklift. And then the guy goes to Jess, so how am I supposed to get this off the back of the truck? And Jess goes to him, "That's your problem, not mine. Get it off the back of the truck. You have not delivered it until it's in my warehouse."
That's right, yeah.
This guy was very lost because he thought there would just be a forklift at the warehouse.
Yeah.
Which, not every warehouse has a forklift.
No.
And now, we were very lucky that our next door neighbours took it off the thing for us.
Oh, very good. Very good warehouse neighbours.
Well, you know, Tanika's just as pretty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it for
So basically, she flashed her tits.
That's it, right. Cleavage down to it.
Yeah, got it.
Belly button. So, but my big rant is going to be, or one of my rants this week, is going to be just delivery people in general.
Oh, terrible.
I don't understand. Like, they've got literally one job, and that is...
to deliver...
deliver the product, you know, and how you get it off...
I actually have to say, before I bag delivery people, I helped my good friend Adam. He's like, "Can you come over? Because I've got this big... in his garage, he bought a house, and one of those, what are they called? Workshop tables.
Yeah.
He's bought it secondhand. It's solid.
Yeah.
He's like, the people are going to come over and deliver it, but I'm going to need help sort of like once it's in the garage.
Yeah, but this is different, right?
Moving it. But they came prepared with the tools.
Yeah, exactly right. But like, that's another thing. You're getting a secondhand thing delivered.
Yeah.
Right? I was getting something in a box.
Mm-hmm.
At brand new off, and another company has paid another company to deliver it. It's not like the company was delivering it.
Yeah, the company's gone, "You're a delivery company. We're going to use you as a specialist delivery company to deliver."
That's right.
Yeah.
So they should have
the equipment.
all the tools required to deliver whatever it is. Now, even if they took it off the truck and put it next to the roller door of my warehouse, that's still better than what this man was trying to accomplish. But the good thing is I found out that if they take the delivery back to their own warehouse, they don't get paid for that delivery. So this guy was shitting himself because he thought he wasn't going to get paid for this delivery and probably would never get paid for the delivery.
Yeah.
But we needed the so it worked out. But going on from that, we had a whole bunch of stuff for some fencing.
Yeah.
That we're going to put. You saw it all on the side there. And apparently the guy, different guy, comes with a truck full of this shit and goes to Jess, "So who's helping me take this off the truck?" And Jess goes, "Nobody. You are.
You're the delivery person.
You're the guy. You're taking the things off the truck and putting it into my warehouse." And Jess apparently helped, but, you know, she's a woman. She's like, "Oh, I can't really lift all these things."
Yeah.
It's very good. Very good.
So
very
she did the Titanic defense.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
As she should.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to play up, like, these gender stereotypes, fucking play them up that benefits you.
And you, if you were there, you wouldn't have been able to help because you're too small.
All I would have said was,
too tiny.
Wait. All I would have said, I said to Jess, if
I was there, I would have said, "I'm management. Management doesn't do that."
I just said, "Just this ever happens again, just say, I'm not. My work cover doesn't. No, that's not part of my job.
Yeah.
And I'm not covered by work cover if something happens to me.
Fantastic.
But you are.
Yeah.
So get to work.
Go on. This is why I'm paying
That's
you.
Right.
To
You've been paid
to
do the job.
Yeah.
So delivery people across the board are just scum of the earth.
I'm gonna agree with you there.
Yeah.
Because my Uber, I was going to say,
how many Uber Eats drivers have you been angry at?
Well, fucking last week, my food never arrived. It said it had arrived.
It's ridiculous.
And the amount of times... Now, my house... You've been to my house.
Yes.
It clearly says 22. And in fact, at night time, it illuminates.
Yeah.
There's a light. No one else in my street...
That's true.
They're 22. Their number lights up.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not... I could forgive them if we didn't have any numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's clearly labelled 22.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, the food has been delivered next door. Yes, the food has been delivered across the road. Okay, alright, I'm willing to forgive that. But last week my food never arrived.
That's ridiculous.
It wasn't at any of the next door neighbours' houses.
That's ridiculous. It's just...
But it said it was delivered.
When I moved into this place,
Very upsetting.
All the garden stuff was overgrown, so I hacked it all back. And I worked my way from my house and my units all the way up.
And you've got lemon trees all down the driveway now. Yeah.
That's right. But right at the end...
And concrete.
Near the post box, all the trees are overgrown. I cut it all back. And finally, I saw on the post box, covered up by the tree that I hacked back, had a number 10.
Oh, there you go.
I was just like... no one's taking... Okay. I got another rant for you. This is probably... the most annoying thing of it was my birthday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm feeling old. Feeling the 30.
You are old. And someone who's wise and is here to give you advice, Turch, as you navigate through the world. This is why I bought the low carb beer. This is why we're drinking low carb.
It's made with real lime and everything.
Because you've turned 30 and you're just going to balloon out now.
I've been ballooning for years. All this COVID shit. But I've been go back into the gym, and one of the things that Jess has hated for about a year or two now is my Fitbit, because I have open up that drawer. I don't know if you've ever seen my Fitbit, but my Fitbit was like a classic old Fitbit. Maybe it's not there.
Oh, holy shit! There's a leveler.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You've got a holy shit, people.
Yeah, it's a spirit level in a tape measure.
We have a tape measure. Well, that's great.
It's a good little piece of
tech. And a leveler.
Level.
Fucking hell.
Maybe
Sorry.
it's in the next drawer here. But I had a Fitbit, and it was one of the... here you go.
Oh, right. There's
one of the old ones.
Oh, my God. That's an original one.
That's a classic, right?
Yeah.
It's a high-class piece of technology, right? Yeah. But it works great. Like, it counts my steps, it counts my heart rate, and it works with the app.
It tells you the time and the date. What more do you want?
And my messages still come up there when I get a phone call and all that.
Oh, wow, this is actually quite advanced.
It's quite good, and it still works. I've changed the band from the rubber one to the thing. And look, it's old, And Jess is like, no, that's too old. You need a new one. So Jess's family,
you're 30. I can't have you pretending that you're, a bum uni student anymore.
That's right.
You've got a full-time job.
So I got this.
You need to upgrade your life.
That's right. So anyway, Jess's family.
You're never going to get ahead in work because you're looking like a slob.
Watch.
That's right.
That's right. Anyway, so Jess's family pulled together and they got me a brand new Fitbit, like the top of the range one, right? And it's great. I've set it up. It's great. It's big screen. I can voice call.
Did they get you the kid size?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Comes with extra features, games on it. Little Tamagotchi. So I set it all up, and then I took everything out of the box, and I got the charge.
Did you do an unboxing video?
No, I shouldn't.
Why didn't you do an unboxing video?
Oh, because I'm an adult. Oh, hey guys, we're here with the new Fitbit Versa 3. We're just gonna open up the box. Pretty disappointing, actually. Just a regular. Like, I'm not gonna do that. So I took everything out of the box. And I read the instructions. Yeah. And it's like, just download the app. Got the app, all good. First things first is charge the Fitbit.
Yeah.
I'm like, perfect. Usually we'll put it pretty standard sort of step, but glad I read it. So I get out the Fitbit, I get the charging cable, and I'm digging through the box.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And I'm looking for...
You're looking for the power adapter.
The power adapter to connect to the power point.
Yeah.
Digging through the box. Not in there.
Well, society assumes that we've got enough around our houses.
So, that's what I looked into. That's what I'm going to complain about here. New products that don't actually have the charging unit.
That's right. Apple don't do that anymore.
Apple
assumes you have been a loyal Apple member and that you've got many charging
you buy it separately.
Which you now have to buy separately.
I know. So this is apparently for the consumer, put onto the company by the consumer. Because the consumer apparently is really worried about the environment. So much so that they don't want one of the pieces of the puzzle that are required to make the product work. So we don't care that it's getting made in China, put into a box made of paper and plastic.
We don't care about the sweat labor involved.
We don't care about the thousands of them being put in a shipping container.
The unregulated environmental damage that those companies do.
We don't care about the unregulated damage that's happening from using the worst type of fuel in the shipping container to ship it all the way over to the country. Mm-hmm. We don't care about how much manpower it takes to drive these little units in big trucks to other places, to then go to another warehouse, then to be driven from that warehouse into individual stores, to then drive my own car to go to a place to buy it myself. We don't care about all those environmental facts. The consumer doesn't care. What the consumer is caring about is the one thing that the company can control that will make them more profitable in the environmental factor.
But everyone else is thinking that we're doing such a wonderful thing for the environment.
It's so great. It's so great for the environment because you don't have to waste any. No, give me a complete item.
You want the whole set.
Yeah, you know what? I want to be able to throw out my old one. Because I know with the Samsung phones, for instance, between generations, they improve. Some batteries take more power, more voltage, or more ampere, milliamps of power than others. But if the charger can't output it, you lose that.
Basically, you're buying something and you want it. You want the whole. You want the whole thing,
start to finish.
That's right.
I don't buy a television, then it goes, but the power plug, you got to buy that separate. Well,
hang on. Printers have been doing this for a long time. You'd buy the printer, and they'll never give you the cord. You know, the cord that you needed.
A network cable cord.
Yeah, to plug.
I didn't even know. I've bought 2 printers in the last month. I've got one here, one at the warehouse.
Did they come with the cords?
No, because they're wireless.
Okay, well, before wireless, the cords were never included.
I disagree with that because when my parents bought one, it came with a network cable cord, and they plug it straight into their Wi-Fi.
Well, they bought a premium printer. I'm sorry, when I was 18, I couldn't afford a premium printer like that.
This is only a couple of years ago. I know that they're high class, my parents, middle class people here. But it used to come. Everything used to come together. Like you used to get a pack.
Yeah.
And you used to even with the iPhones or even the Samsung phones, you used to get. You used to even with some of the Samsung phones, you used to get cases to put things in, or screen protectors. You used to get
the whole. Turch, I was in Telstra the other day. My mum is moving from Android to Apple.
Yeah,
she's going over to. She's got an Android phone, but then she's got a MacBook Air, and then she's got AirPods, but then she's got a Fitbit.
Yeah,
so it's sort of like. Can you pick one?
Just a hybrid sort of
Just let's pick, and her husband, my stepfather, they're all going Apple. Mm-hmm. So I said, come over to the wonderful garden that is Apple. It is a beautiful garden. It is a wonderful garden.
Yep.
The walls are high. You don't have to worry about what's happening in the rest of the world because the garden is so wonderful that is Apple.
Yeah.
But to get into that garden, Turch, we had to go to the Telstra store. She wanted an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
She wanted a new iPhone.
Yeah.
And then she needed an internet booster for her home.
What's an internet booster?
Because she's upstairs, a 2-story house.
Oh, okay.
And the internet's not as strong upstairs down the back. So one of those things that, increase the Wi-Fi strength. Now, paying all outright.
Oh, $3,000.
Doesn't matter, right? She's paying all outright.
Yeah.
How long do you think we were in the Telstra store for?
Oh, if you're buying things all outright, an hour and a half.
2.5 hours.
How hard is it?
2.5 hours.
It's crazy to think. Okay, I know this because this happened to us. We just bought our house, right? And then Jess goes, well, I need a new phone. And I'm like, yeah, let's go get a new phone. All good. She went in to get a new phone. They... through Optus, through all the rigmarole, all that sort of thing. And then they come back and go, oh, sorry, you're not eligible for a new phone or a new plan with us. And Jess is like,
what?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
And Jess, well, your credit score's too low. And Jess is like, excuse me?
How?
I just bought a house. How is my credit score low? So, that's why. Because you've taken on this loan, you haven't paid it back yet. Your credit score's low. And Jess is like, I think you better fucking do those numbers again.
Yeah.
This is a real thing.
Because Your credit score shouldn't be that low if you've just bought a house.
That's what I said. I'm like,
your credit score should be low if you haven't been paying back any fucking...
For a year.
Yeah.
You know? So, yes, so it was very interesting. Though it all went through, they're like, actually, we got it wrong on our end. It was a different Jessica and all that stuff. Oh, I've got some stories later on, but I'll tell you what. How about you give us some rants or news? What do you got for us this week?
Oh, I have got some excellent articles this week, Turch. It's been a wonderful era of news. The first lesbian sex robots may be coming soon. A sex robot starts being programmed to be gay.
Oh, God.
The American adult toy and robotics company Real Doll are attempting to enter the LGBTQ market with their upcoming sex bot. In 2019, Real Doll famously created Harmony, a bisexual flavor AI sex robot with an animatronic head and Scottish accent. Now,
okay, super, not sexy at all, man. Oh yeah, I can't even do a Scottish accent. Continue.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to do a female Scottish accent.
I was doing a female Scottish. Yeah. Now, the company will soon roll out its first ever male sex robot, Henry. In an Instagram video post by the company, the CEO of Real Doll, Real Robotics, said developing Henry's AI software was complicated. Not only do we need to create a different gender, we also need to create a sexual preference in the profile. And this would be something that would also propagate to the female platform as well. Henry will come equipped with artificial intelligence and a full functioning penis strong enough to lift trucks.
Hydraulic cock. What happened to you? Why are you in hospital? Well, Scottish Henry, really fucking hydraulic. The
CEO
this
said,
is why a man can never keep up. Like, imagine if a woman, like, you're banging a woman, she's like, oh, you're not doing it right. It's like, yeah, well, you've been comparing me to the
Henry.
hydraulic penis
that
has 14 different speeds and is connected. See, the problem is with the sex robots, they don't come with the adapter to plug them into the wall. They think you already have that, you know? That's the real problem. Can you imagine? It's like, I'm going to buy this sex robot. You open it up and this, that's like, actually, I'm gay and I'm really not into I'm actually a lesbian bot. Which we all know are fake. Lesbians aren't even real. That's just attention seeking. How do they program that? The attention seeking part in a woman's sex bot brain?
I don't know.
Is it rape then? Like, can you rape? That's the thing. How far do you go with this stupidity? Can you rape a lesbian sex robot if you're a man because they don't want it?
Could the Henry, the sex robot,
artificial intelligence is not going to actually exist. What it's going to be is it's people assuming that there's artificial intelligence because we've assigned a sexuality.
So could you just imagine that if these male sex robots ended up being able to work and then there was like a pay gap?
What, between the white robots and the black ones and the gay ones and the Latino ones?
Yeah, and it goes through like it repeats history. It repeats the,
So that's the only way we're ever going to take over China when it comes to manufacturing. It's if we manufacture sex robots to do the work of people. But then they're not going to want to have sex when they come home because they're on minimum wage and they're depressed. Can we get one of those? Can I get a big titty goth girl sex robot, but that's also depressed and cuts herself? And then I have to buy counselling and I buy another counselling sex robot and that's when I get the threesome that I've always wanted.
Ooh.
See?
Yeah.
It's all in the mind. But they're both gay and then they don't want me at all and they run away together.
Oh, that could work. I think with AI that's going to happen.
It's ridiculous.
With artificial intelligence that's going to happen because they're going to have their own mind. They're going to have their own consciousness.
But artificial intelligence means they can keep learning.
Yeah.
And what every AI... Remember that AI I bought in 2 episodes ago?
And then they're going to take over the world and we're fucked.
Remember when we... Yeah. You know what? They're only going to go crazy because they don't understand why people are angry when they call them the wrong pronoun. It's like, just kill them all! I don't understand! doesn't make sense.
Oh.
Like the what if function in Excel isn't working. There's no enter, it's a loop. Let me just kill them all. It's so much easier. That's what's gonna happen. That's how they go from nice, friendly sex robots to Terminator. With their hydraulic cocks shooting bullets.
As the CEO said, the hydraulic penis can lift a truck.
What a skill.
He added that they were also developing a self-heating, self-lubricating ergonomic zone for both erogenous. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you know what I fucking saw the other day? A dog that had the pronouns he, him.
Oh yeah, it's a boy.
No, but like it was a coat. You know, like the collar thing, and then the coat. So it was labeled.
Don't get your dog involved into this gender They don't. Dogs are male or female.
Dogs don't care. Dogs want food and sniffing butts.
Pretty much. And sneaking toys out of the toy basket.
And love from their humans.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to tell a couple of stories. Now that we can finally see people, some of the people I've really wanted to see is my grandparents.
Yeah.
Because they're always fantastic value.
They're brilliant.
Okay.
I love them.
So I went there to pick something up from them. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I'll go there. It was like afternoon. It was about 3:00. Mm-hmm. I went there.
You're 30 now, so that's nap time.
Yeah, I know. I know. So I went over there. And I go, hey, coming over. I just showed up.
Yeah.
And,
did you give them the warning just in case, they were...
No, they knew I was coming during the day because they were picking something up from them, right? Okay. And pick up soup, of course, right? Yeah. And they go, come in. So, Nonna goes to me, would you like a coffee? I'm like, of course I would like. I don't really... Only if Nonna is having a coffee. If he's not having one, I won't have one. Don't worry. That way you don't have to make it just for me.
For our non-Italian people, there's a difference between a nonna and a nonno.
Nonna is the grandmother.
Yeah.
Nonno is the grandfather. Yeah. Easy. A feminine, O masculine at the end.
Uh-huh. And what if they want to be a they, them?
Then they go fuck themselves.
Okay. Is it a non rather than a nonna or a nonno?
No, it's whatever you look like on the outside. Yeah, whatever genitalia that you have.
All right.
Anyway, so Nonna comes back with 2 coffees.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't hear my Nonna say he wanted a coffee, but he got a coffee, and Nonna's putting out the biscuits she made. And Nonna goes to me, this is going to be my 4th coffee today. And I'm like, Nonna, you can't have 4 coffees. And Nonna hits him in the back. He goes, it's all right. Tonight we go dancing. He need it. She's ready for a dance.
Yeah,
because they're back at it. They're back
at the club.
They're back at the clubs, like the Italian clubs. And she's like, I'm ready. Oh yeah, pensioners dinner dance. Here we fucking go. And Nonna's like, all right. Just knocks it back. Like there's nothing. Like, it's pretty good. Anyway, we're at my parents' house like the next day, and very exciting news. My brother called them up and said, I just bought a place, just bought a house. Very exciting. Now, when we bought our place here, my grandparents said, we're going to buy you something. So, what do you want? I'm like, look, put the money towards an appliance, And she goes, well, I'll buy you the washing machine.
Oh, lovely.
And I'm like, perfect. I don't have to buy that. They buy that. They know I'm using it every day. They like to buy something I'm using.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't want to buy you the dinnerware that you're going to probably use twice in your life.
Yeah. They don't want like the cabinet like they have with dinnerware that they bought in the 1930s. And they want to buy something. I'm like, buy the washing machine. Like, yep, perfect. We'll buy a washing machine. You choose it. Don't spend too much, and we'll put you the money back. Like, perfect. Anyway, so my brother calls my nonna and goes, hey, just to let you know, I brought a house. And I could hear it because they yell on the phone, we'll buy you a washing machine then. No, so there wasn't. The first question was, where's the house? What do you do? Are you excited? Is that? We'll buy you a washing machine. Just let us know when. And then she hung up.
It's going to be equal value to Anthony.
And the great thing was, then she hung up the phone. Okay, one more story.
No. Because, well, I understand that because now they've got to organise the washing machine.
Okay, one more story. So we were talking about, coming out of COVID.
Because how many other grandkids do they have?
It's me and my brother, and then they got one, and they got 3 in the US.
Okay,
6 all up.
So that's 6 washing machines.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's.
So anyway, we're at my parents' house again. We're having dinner with them. Mm-hmm. Grandparents are there, and we're talking about how inflation and all this stuff it's not good. Like the economy's a bit average, hard for. And I was like, oh, it's very hard. Even lobster was really expensive this week. And I'm like,
lobster's the cheapest it's been.
I know. No, it was like $28 a kilo. We're like, oh, so you're on pensioners' wages. Uh-huh. And here you are complaining about the price of lobster. I think you guys are doing a little bit better than what you think you are. Not many.
I don't know how many households get lobster.
Yeah, on a regular basis. But this is what they do.
Well,
I'll tell you what, the dichotomy of my grandparents and what they do and what they talk about and how they act. It's like, we are poor Southern Italianers that came here. We're going to the club dancing.
Yeah.
We're buying our grandchildren washing machines when they buy a house. And we're eating lobster.
Good on them.
They're machines. Monsters.
Yeah, but if the government asks, everyone knows that they're poor migrants.
Yeah. Oh, our pension only went up $14 a fortnight. We bought lobster. Okay.
We bought the $28 lobster. Yeah. Good on him.
Oh, it was good times. I got banned off something again. Ooh, I'm going to tell the story and then you can do some more articles.
Okay.
I got banned off something again because I'm a bit too spicy. I think that's the problem. Like, spiciness is the biggest factor of
Turch,
getting...
You're not spicy. You're a truth seeker.
Or whatever I am.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember...
Or you're a young Milo. You're a provocateur. Provocateur? Provocateur.
I'm not gay. Well, neither he's not gay now, is he?
I don't know. What actually happened to Milo?
I don't know. He sort of
appeared and then he disappeared.
He had a podcast for a bit, but it was behind a paywall, so I didn't listen. Anyway, I was scrolling through the Instagram on the gram, you know me, hip with the kids, and I didn't realize I'd followed him, but do you remember a old internet star of like the late 90s, early 2000s called Maddox? He had a book called The Alphabet of Manliness. He ran a website that had like articles and he would rant about things.
No.
And then he started a podcast with Dick Masterson. It's one of my favorite podcasts of all time called Biggest Problem in the Universe.
Yeah, a great podcast, that one, yeah.
And then they broke up. He did his own show. Dick's got his own show. The Dick Show is my favorite show of all time.
No, sorry, that's the one I'm thinking of. The Dick Show. Yeah,
And then Maddox did the biggest debate in the universe, and now he's fizzled out, and now he's pretending to be a banana on the internet. I'm not even, and it's very funny. And he also sued Dick a lot. But one of the things he did in his early career,
I feel like that's our friendship. You know, we're truly friends when we're suing each other.
Yeah. Well, he sued Dick for $480 million for calling him a cuck. That's a real thing. That was a real thing. I went to court. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Maddox lost a lot.
Okay.
Anyway, Maddox used to write articles how much, speaking of Apple, used to hate iPhones and all this sort of stuff. And Apple users just in general, because he thinks he's got real Dunning-Kruger effect. He thinks he's so much smarter than everybody else all the time, no matter what. So he posted a meme on Instagram, going back to that.
Yeah.
And this is the meme here. I'll show it to you. And there's enough brightness on the screen because I know you're blind. Here you go. And read it out and then describe what the meme sort of is.
Read out the text up the top.
Yeah, the text at the top.
You have an Android starter pack.
Okay, so what are each picture? What's on the picture?
We've got a cracked iPhone. Is that ice? Ice cubes? Starbucks. Blowing painted nails.
Yep.
$0 in your Chase bank account.
Yep.
vanilla candles, Facebook, going from in a relationship to single.
Yeah.
A car with a shit ton of rubbish.
Yeah.
And who's that?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Drake. It's a picture of Drake there. There's crystals. Yeah. Crystals instead of ice.
Crystal. Right.
Yeah. So he posted that on Instagram. And I'm like, well, he should be able. Now he's been known to block everybody that says anything negative.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, let me just see if I can start things up, because years ago, in like the early 2000s, he wrote an article called "The iPhone is crap and so is your face," or something like that.
Okay.
So I wrote to him going, "Didn't you say this joke 20 years ago? It was okay back then. Now it's just embarrassing." Like, pretty innocuous.
That's good. That's pretty clever.
But it's like, it is embarrassing. He's doing like a crappy meme.
Yeah.
And he's meant to be this professional comedian. Was one of the first to really write comedy on the internet. Got a book deal.
Yeah.
So, and I thought to myself, nothing of it. But the only reason I bring it in is because he responded.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he goes, so, back to me. Weird way to announce that you have an iPhone, bro. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't. I have an Android, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Right?
Stay on message, yeah.
Because that's a real, like, ooh, what, I know you are, but what am I? Type of thing, And I'm like, well, okay. Well, I'll bring it up a notch. Let's see. Here I go. Real Maddox, returning to him. And the wit keeps on coming. It must be why your latest book flopped. Keep those recycled jokes afloat, and I'm sure you get a new book deal in no time.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Very funny.
Good counter-argument.
Very funny, because his last book, called Fuck Whales, sold less than 1,000 copies.
Oh, well done.
Very good. Right? Anyway, the next thing I know, BAM! Blocked.
Oh.
And I'm like, what a fucking pussy. And I looked on... I use the We Only Do One Take podcast Twitter, Instagram page, and my comment, all of it deleted.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, Maddox, bring it fucking on. Come on our show, defend yourself. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about all the things that are apparently taboo to you.
Well, let's do that. Come on the show. I want to have you on the show.
Yeah.
I will be the fair moderator.
You should really listen to the original Biggest Problem in the Universe. It's so good. It was such a great show. It was such a great show because Maddox really thought of himself as an intellectual. He still does. And Dick was just the regular type of bloke. And over time, you could feel like the audience shifting away from Maddox into Dick. And it's so good. And you can just tell Maddox gets stupider and stupider as time goes on. And really edits himself to the point of sounding smarter. Will actually edit out his flubs, like any micro flub.
Right.
And they proved that because Dick released all the episodes without Maddox's edits. And in some episodes, there was like 10 minutes of crap. That's just good. Taken out. Of Maddox like failing.
Oh, right.
Very funny.
These should learn from the We Only Do One Take podcasts, where we only do one take.
Well, they only do one take, but they edit the shit out of it. but they had a producer, and he would fix things up, subtle things here and there, proper audio engineer, and then Maddox would get the file and re-edit it before it went. Yeah,
no,
so good.
What an idiot!
Oh, you should listen to the show, and we'll get into we should do a whole.
We should do a review of it.
Yeah, we should.
All right, done.
We should do. You know what? We should do every single episode.
All right,
because I think that you will love it. Because then you can listen to it as a fresh starter.
Yeah.
And I could tell you the lore of how everything was going for
Brilliant.
the whole thing.
Let's do that.
All right. Sounds good.
Done. Turch, I have an article. And it's a bit disturbing.
Bit disturbing?
Bomb squad called to Gloucestershire Royal Hospital after man gets World War II mortar stuck up his bottom.
Oh...
I'm sure the ER department has seen a lot of things up there.
Yeah.
But the fact that the bomb squad also had to be called,
Well, that reminds me of that. What's the film? Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
When they go there and it's like, oh, do you have a license for that gun? Like, I got one for this one, yes, not the other ones. And they open up the shed and there's like an old World War II atomic like nuclear thing of bomb in there. Like that's what I'm picturing in my head, like something small, but something small. Please tell me.
The bomb squad was called to the hospital after the patient was admitted with a mortar shell stuck in his rectum. Troops from 11 Explosive Ordnance Disposal Regiment had to rush to the hospital after being notified police that a patient had presented with something in his rectum. The man was a military enthusiast who found the shell while clearing out, but somehow tripped and fell on the 57mm piece.
1 in a million, Duck. 1 in a million. Like
army ordnance that landed him in hospital.
Is it Jerry? Is it George Costanza's dad in Seinfeld? He falls on the for silly Jerry. 1 in a million, Duck. 1 in a million. That's the episode where Kieran, Kramer becomes the arse man.
Yeah. There you go. He tripped. He must have been naked at the time.
That's a 1 in a million, Doc.
Raises a lot of questions.
It raises more questions than there's answers in that. Yeah, because there would be a really fine line between having to get a doctor to do it and having to send the bomb squad robot in.
Yeah.
And would you have to take the patient out of the hospital for the safety of the other patients?
Oh, that's a good question. Would they have to go to military hospital?
Yeah. Or they would just have to go into like... They'd have to drive him something like a paddock because they don't know...
They don't know if he's going to go kaboom.
Kaboom. And then, like, if you do that in the hospital, there's, it's collateral damage.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just lose one, like, the needs of the few, the many outweigh the needs of the few type of deal.
Wow.
You have to push him into
that's crazy.
Oh.
That poor bugger. Oh. I would love to get an ER doctor on this podcast just to learn about like what crazy shit. All right, so one of my friends is a nurse, and she works at the children's hospital. And she was the story came up, which I've explained on this podcast before, how one of my dear friends ended up in hospital, and how I ended up in the ER department. And then, yelled at him and told him that he was no value because, he's in ER and...
This is when you got the bad coffee.
That's right. Yeah, I'm glad you remember that.
I remember because there was a picture of you holding a coffee. And how's our friend? He's like, he's fine.
Anyway, that being said, the doctor had asked him at one point, and his father was also there, said, have you taken any illegal substances? Which, the answer was no. But in my mind, I'm like, well, there was a party like 2 weeks ago. Everyone had a bit of fun. Mm-hmm. There's probably some still in your blood that they've just taken the samples and now the doctor has the results on the clipboard. But the doctor was a professional and didn't let on. Well done to that doctor. Mm-hmm. But my friend who's a nurse at the children's hospital, I said to her, how many of like the kids that you see are on drugs?
Yeah.
Like how many of them are...
Like illicit drugs. Not just like,
Yeah, illicit drugs. And she goes, all the rich, private school boys that come in to do like the ACL surgery, she's like, they've all been taking...
Coke, marijuana.
Whatever it is, because she's like, the painkillers don't work.
Yeah. That's one of the worst things about being in hospital. I remember being in hospital for my broken leg.
Yeah.
They give you painkillers, but they always give you not enough.
Oh, all right.
It's like, you know that you can just give me, like, stop the pain and then fix my problem. Mm-hmm. Just give me more. Like, I'm not going to get addicted because I'd rather live my life without having to remember to take a pill every day.
Yeah.
Or every hour.
Were you on morphine? Did you get morphine?
Well, it broke both times, yeah.
Yeah, great.
They almost killed me with morphine. Jess says that's a lie. But they were definitely... So, the second time I broke my leg, they put me in the back of the ambulance. and they gave me morphine in the ambulance. And when I got to the hospital, my heart rate was so low. It was like 25, 30 BPM.
Uh-huh.
So I was just barely...
Okay, so you're resting.
Well, no, because resting is like 40.
Uh-huh.
So this was like 25. It was like half. And that was almost too low to keep everything moving. And almost like went into a coma.
Right. Well, they're...
Anyway, apparently I woke up and this is what...
They're professionals. They know what they're doing.
But even the nurse was like, his heart rate's like... To Jess, his heart rate's like really, really low. We're actually worried.
Yeah.
Like he could slip into... Anyway, apparently I woke up and I go to Jess. And Jess like, oh, thank God you're awake. Jess, what time is it? Oh, it was like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Oh, good. Put the TV on. World Cup's on. Soccer's on. This team's playing this team.
I'm going to go get me McDonald's.
Yeah. I get the nuggets going. I'm real hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but every time I get out of surgery, I'm like the most hungry man.
I've never been in hospital for surgery.
What?
I've never been in hospital. I've never stayed overnight in hospital.
That's amazing. Like,
I don't want to, and I've never had to.
No, you don't want to, but if you do, we're going to talk about your hunger experience after the surgery.
I mean, I've thought about this multiple times. I don't understand why people get them flowers or anything like that. I just want people who are going to visit me bring KFC or McDonald's.
I just want people to leave me alone. Like when I was in hospital, I was getting text messages and calls from people who I see like once in a blue moon.
Yeah, right.
Like, or family members that I don't see very often.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I want to hear all about it. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to talk to you. I just want to talk to my partner.
Yeah.
And maybe my parents. That's pretty much
it. And look, Turch, if you're ever in hospital, don't worry. I will be there. I'll bring the podcast stuff. We'll do the podcast from your hospital bed.
We don't need this IV. I'm plugging.
And then I'll be able to do my, don't worry, doctor, I'm a doctor.
You're the worst.
It'll be great.
I got a few articles, and then I put together the articles.
Yeah.
And I realized all of them were about women being stupid. And I didn't even mean to. But how's this? Okay, I read this. Read this headline. Can you see this headline?
Yeah. Ex-stripper accused of sexually abusing boy. Dog lands 20 years behind bars.
What'd the dog do?
That poor dog.
How did she wing that? No, I saw this article headline and I'm like, I've got to read on.
Yeah.
And apparently, no, she molested the dog and the boy.
Oh.
She molested...
Is the comma in the wrong spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It should be boy and dog, comma, 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
Yeah. Boy, abusing boy and dog,
so it should read,
comma, lands 20 years behind bars.
Ex-stripper accused of sexually abusing boy, dog, lands 20 years. They're missing a... All right, I'm with it.
Starting, yeah.
Welcome to the grammar lesson in the We Only Do One Take podcast.
Here's another one. The Canadian Indigenous Health Minister, expert, Carrie Bourassa, loses job when ancestry claims proven false. So she said, the Canadian medical researcher rose to become the nation's top voice in Indigenous health has been ousted from her government job and her university professorship after suspicious colleagues investigated her increasingly fanciful claims of Native American heritage and learned she was a fraud. Carrie Bourassa, a public health expert who served as the scientific director of the Canadian Institute of Health Research Institute of Indigenous Peoples' Health, was suspended on the 1st of November, 5 days after the state-owned Canadian Broadcast Corporation published a lengthy expose. So basically, she said that she was, like, Native American.
What? Yeah, you don't hear much about the Native Canadians.
Well, like Inuits type stuff, right? I don't know if that's the correct word, but Native, Inuit type. Anyway, she claimed that she was one, and that's why she was at, like, and then she goes, oh, well, I've also got these professorships. You should hire me as the top person for Indigenous health. And then they were like, wait a second, hold on a fucking minute.
Let's do some background reference checks.
Let's have a double check.
Yeah.
And no, she's just a white guy, like a white girl. with slightly, like olivey skin.
Well, integrity matters when you're in these positions.
Exactly right. Exactly. And
this is why we always say we're a shit show.
That's right.
Because we're honest and we have integrity.
But that just proves, if she thought that pretending to be a minority group would help, she knew by pretending to be a minority group, she would be promoted.
Yeah.
How is being white better? Being white, she would not have been promoted into that position. It was only because she pretended to be indigenous that she was able to move herself forward. Which just proves being a minority group is status worth more. Hierarchical.
Turch, you are a minority.
Oh, well, I'm Italian.
You're small.
Italians are a minority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so tiny.
Well, you know what? If my height was proportionate to my penis size, then I would have to be about 10'2".
Yeah, right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's good. That's good to know.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good joke, and you're just like rushing it off like that's not funny. But that's really that's a thinking man's joke.
I can't give you credit. That's
a thinking man's joke. How about this one here? Sweden got their first female prime minister ever. And she resigns hours after the appointment. And I'm like, wow. What happened? Did they find out she was a rapist? What happened? Or did she committed murders to get into the position? What happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweden's first ever prime minister resigned just hours after she was appointed. Magdalena Andersson was announced as the leader on Wednesday, but resigned after her coalition partner quit the government and her budget failed to pass. That was it.
Oh.
My budget didn't pass. I quit. That's what it was.
That's not a lot of resilience.
That's no resilience. Oh, my partner quit and my budget didn't get passed. Nah, fuck it.
Did she put her hand up to be nominated? What happened?
Well, she must have.
I mean, was there no one else for the job?
I think they just wanted to push the first, obviously first female.
Yeah.
They wanted to push that, obviously. Again, being a minority group benefited her in a way to get to the highest power.
Wow.
Even in the first story that I bought, see, all these stories.
A couple of hours doesn't count.
To 12 hours, I think she was.
I really, it doesn't count. Really, it should be a year.
I think so. See, all these stories here are just women who.
But hang on. I'm liking the scam here.
Good scam.
12 hours and now she's on a pension?
I don't know.
She's on the Prime Minister's pension.
She might be. I don't know. Really know. Might be.
Because you know what? If that's the case, if that's the loophole,
that's what we need.
I'm going to become Prime Minister.
Oh, yeah.
For 12 hours.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take my Prime Minister's pension.
I found a theme with all these three stories. It just proves that being a minority or a woman or a combination of both gets you out of anything. Like this one here, she can get unlimited pension and being a Suki Prime Minister and get you up to a highest power in the country, the Prime Minister, and then you can quit because one thing didn't go your way. The other one, by pretending to be a minority woman, she got to the highest power of that field, the chairman of Indigenous Health, which she wouldn't have got if she wasn't a female or pretending to be Indigenous. And the other one, the first story, if that person wasn't a woman, then the dog wouldn't have taken her jail time. You know?
That poor dog.
20 years.
That poor dog.
That's longer than his whole life.
that poor dog. How good are dogs? Dogs are just great. How good are dogs? I love dogs. Turch, I have some more news.
Oh, I got more.
I told you.
Load it on.
Plumber finds thousands of cash envelopes stuffed inside toilet wall at Joel Austin's megachurch.
Oh, I saw something about this. Apparently, a couple of years ago, $600,000 or $6 million was just magically stolen, and they found a whole bunch of cash hidden in these walls.
Oh, he's been hiding it.
Oh.
A plumber made a shocking discovery when fixing a toilet at the televangelist.
There we go.
Joel Austin's megachurch in Houston last month. thousands of envelopes stuffed full of cash and checks. There was a loose toilet in the wall, and he removed the tiles, said the plumber. And when he moved some of the insulation away, about 500 envelopes fell out of the wall.
Wow.
The plumber went on to say that around 3,000 envelopes stuffed with cash were recovered.
There's always money in the banana stand.
That's what I was thinking. There's always money in the banana stand. Yeah.
That's great.
How good's that?
I can't believe that he's still making money being a televangelist.
Yeah.
Like, he's been caught doing so many wrong things over time.
Yeah.
And
people don't care. People just like the hype.
It's the motivation.
Yeah.
It's the motivational speaker type thing. I was watching...
Jesus said...
Louis Theroux's done a doco on televangelists.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. But there's been stuff on recently that he's going back and talking about each thing that he's done, but also talking to the people who were in those documentaries 20, 25 years ago and all that. And he was talking to the guy that was like the motivational speaker. And apparently he got caught for doing fraud and all that sort of stuff. But he goes, you could really feel like people were using him as a beacon of hope more than anything else. Like they almost knew they were not going to make money, but they just needed that
oomph.
Yeah.
That oomph.
And, well, like, if you're going to do that, at least listen to like Tony Robinson or something like that. Someone who's people recognize as good.
Yeah, who's not going to like...
Definitely scam you.
Yeah. I think everyone on this podcast knows my thoughts on religion.
There's that other guy I always see, Gary Oldman or something.
Gary Oldman, yeah.
And he's always like, he swears and he like ran his father's liquor business or something like that. He's like, I turned it to like $100,000 of turnover to $1 million in like 3 years, man. Like, I'm like, you're just a salesman. Or that other guy's a salesman too, and he always wears the big watches. And I'm like, you just lucked into it, didn't you?
And they're just selling fake
crap.
They're just selling used lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Turch, I think you can help me out here. I've watched 4 episodes of Tiger King 2.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the last 2. Have you watched the last 2 episodes of Tiger King 2?
Yeah.
All right. What do I need to know? Because I sort of tuned out.
Nothing.
It felt like it was nothing.
Tiger King Part 2 is...
Tiger King 1, great.
Yeah.
Tiger King Part 2,
It was just nothing.
Yeah.
They talk about... Remember right at the end of Tiger King Part 1, that other guy came into the park with that guy with the leather jacket.
Yeah. I feel like what they're doing is what they're doing with the bloody Marvel and the movies and the Spider-Man.
My brother still wants to go see
and the multiverse, which basically I just went, oh my God, the film studio went, we want to make 15 films, but people don't want to see more than 3 sequels, 2 sequels. So we'll create a multiverse where all this weird shit can happen. And really, we're up to episode 9 or 10. But it's a multiverse, so it's something very different. That's a scam. I want to go see Spider-Man with your brother too.
Well, you have to message him.
I think it will be very, very exciting. You should come too.
Okay.
Jess should come.
Okay.
I will be shit-faced.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie, because the last time I saw Spider-Man, I was shit-faced.
Yeah.
And I have a tradition that I need to maintain.
Well, there you go. He'd be very
I'll probably sleep through it.
They're very excited.
And snore.
Yeah.
And it will be great. He was very upset at me, your brother. Because he was really, we were talking about Spider-Man or...
Spider-Man is deeply, like, it's in his heart.
It's,
you know.
And he's like, which one did you see? And I was telling him how shit it was. And then I think there was an octopus in it, which there wasn't an octopus. And he got very offended that I said it was an octopus.
Maybe you were thinking of Octopussy.
No, I wasn't thinking of Octopussy. But I did leave
I know you've seen that twice.
I did leave the cinema halfway to get ice creams for everyone.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Almost made my dad die because of Simpsons quotes yesterday or the day before.
Huh?
We were saying something, and I just pumped out like a bunch of Simpsons quotes, and my dad like nearly had a heart
Did your dad watch The Simpsons?
Oh, he loves it.
Oh.
My mum loves it too. And the great thing is, like, she brings in, like, as a teacher, she brings in Simpsons quotes
Yeah.
to the kids. And the kids don't watch The Simpsons anymore, don't get the references.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Boo them.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Boo the students.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I know we're getting older because I'm just like, they are not with it. And it's just like, Kieran, it has changed.
It has changed.
I am old now. And I'm just like, but no.
Okay, can you do me a favour? Do you know that guy Blippi?
Hang on. I don't agree to favours unless I know what the favour is.
You're going to like this. It's a good news story.
So I'm not going to say I'm going to do the favour until I know what the favour
Okay.
is.
Do you know the children's presenter Blippi?
No.
Okay. He's a children's presenter on YouTube.
Why do you know this children presenter Blippi?
So I saw him the first time and I hate him.
Yeah.
And so does Jess's sister.
Is it like Art Attack?
No, it's like this guy and he talks like this. It's exciting.
Okay.
And this is my phone.
Yeah,
like that
right,
sort of thing.
Okay.
And he talks with a really childish thing and he plays with toys and this and that. But it's a children's show that's on YouTube and now he's got and he gets millions and millions and millions of views a day.
Okay.
Right? Because kids just watch it. Anyway, I found out recently that go on your phone.
Okay.
And type in Blippi.
Blippi.
Harlem Shake. Remember the Harlem Shake?
I remember the Harlem Shake.
Yeah. But type in Blippi.
I'm very proud of this podcast. We haven't done things like the Harlem Shake or the Ice Challenge or anything like that.
No,
we keep our integrity.
We'll call it that. A Blippi Harlem Shake.
Harlem. Blippi Harlem Globetrotters Shake. All right.
Okay. Now you can probably see there's some potential videos. And what happens is, before he became Blippi, he recorded a video of him doing the Harlem Shake thing. But it's him on a toilet, and then when the music changes to the hard beat, he's shitting on his friend. Oh yeah!
So what's this favour I have to do?
That's it. Just I can find the video for you to watch.
Is it Harlem Shake bathroom?
Yeah. Yeah. And you can see him. It's censored.
Yeah.
Is that the one? Let me have a look.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me have a look. Oh, that's not it. Sorry. Nah, that's not the one.
Oh. But he shat on someone.
Yeah, so...
Before he became a kid's... Oh, wow.
Here you go.
All right. Here we go, people. So he's sitting on a toilet.
Oh, yeah. It's all censored because you can't show this on YouTube. So now he's shitting on his friend.
Fucking hell. Wow.
I'll find the actual video for you again. You can watch it at home.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
That'd be fucking hilarious. And parents still let their kids watch him.
Well, it came out like 2019 or 2020 that people go, hey, actually, this guy used to shit
on people. Yeah.
He doesn't. I don't know if he does that anymore.
I'm out of stories.
I got one more thing.
You got one more?
Remember that porn star that we reviewed her show and she got angry at us on Twitter?
Yeah.
Anyway, she's still being stupid on Twitter. She got a breast reduction surgery.
Okay.
Right?
Well, congratulations to her.
Yeah, well done. Like, whatever. Right? But she's still angry. Like, so people used to go to her videos because she had big tits.
Yeah.
And now she has...
Smaller tits,
right? Yeah. But she still does stuff like this. Right? Read out the tweet.
Okay. I don't know what he's talking about. What two things am I missing? 1, giving a fuck about his opinion. And 2, taking shit from random men on the internet.
Now, this is specifically in relation to
Can I read the comments?
Of course you can, because it's so much funnier.
It's like she's missing two things that made her famous.
That's what I mean. She gets so upset. Like, she'll post a video or whatever it is. So this is just a screenshot.
Yeah.
But she'll post shit like, so happy, this and that, or videos like, my new video is coming out. And guys will be like, oh, I liked you better when you had bigger tits.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, oh. And then she'll get really angry about that sort of stuff. But she was even complaining in that thread. I forgot to take a screenshot of it. But she's like, oh, it's like the people don't even want to know the person. Oh, actually, I'll find this one white knight in the comments. Where is it? Okay, here we go. This guy here. This is a fan of hers. I really begin to develop a repugnance versus those boob fanatics who don't give a shit about that there's a real person behind the porn star they jerk to. These are no fans at all. Now, I only know more about this porn star because we decided to review her. We tried to go behind the scenes of the porn star.
We did, yes.
And what we found was someone stupid as fuck. Who didn't know how to record a show. Yeah. And when we called her out on her crappy show, she got angry at us. We didn't mention her boobs or about her being a woman or anything like that. We're just like, this is a stupid show and your friend's just as stupid, if not stupider than you.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
It was a great time. But the fact is that she gets angry about, unless it's a positive thing. This is obviously why she became a porn star. She needs a lot of positive attention all the time.
Why does she care about anything that negative is said?
Well, just leave it there. This is like the Maddox thing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to drawing a comparison. It's like, just ignore it and it'll go away. Or buy into it and go, yeah, but you'd still suck them.
Yeah.
Like have fun with it. That's way more fun. It's like, you gotcha.
Yeah.
Have fun with it rather than being super... if you're just super defensive about it, it's like, well, I don't even care what he said. It's like, well, obviously you do, because you're posting about it.
And you've made yourself a victim. And now the wolves are going to attack you.
Oh, yeah. So stupid. But anyway, I'll bring more of her stupid shit in all the time, because she is just the funniestly baddest person.
She's great. Oh, she's brilliant. Next week. Yes. Well, not next week. Next show. We are doing a special podcast.
We're doing a music special.
That's right, the music special. We've got a guest coming in.
Yep.
And our job is to tell him why 3 albums...
Well, our special guest is a very good friend of ours.
Yeah.
He's a music nerd.
Yeah.
And he has put this bit to us.
I don't think he's a music nerd. He's a music emperor.
He is. He's the top of the chain. Yeah. He knows everything about everything. But he has brought a bit to us.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to call it the legal defense of bad albums.
I like that. The legal defense of bad albums.
And he's going to come in as...
We are the prosecutors.
Yeah, and he's the defendant.
We are slaughtering these albums.
And he has given us a bunch of what the world considers terrible music albums. Mm-hmm. And we are going to prove, it actually is bad. And he's going to try and prove to us that actually... they're hidden gems or good albums in context to the... Yeah. So we've got 3 next week. Very exciting sort of stuff. Very excited to do that. Sad news. Very sad news. Shitty Song of the Week did their annual... It's Shittiest Song of the Year.
Award.
And 2 of my songs were in the running.
Oh.
It was Shannon Oll's version of What About Me.
Yeah.
And it got knocked out.
Ha!
And then... I'm like, you know what? That's okay, because my other song is a winner.
Yeah.
And that is the remixed version of Nikki Webster's Strawberry Kisses with the Love Verse.
Oh, that is shit.
That is really bad. And I thought to myself, it's okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get through. That song is going to go into at least the top 10. Because last year I made the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually very disappointed because...
You didn't get there?
I didn't get through with that song there. I feel I was robbed.
Uh-huh.
Because up against my song here was probably the shitty song of the year.
Yeah.
Which was a song by Corey Feldman.
Uh-huh.
called Duh. And I definitely felt robbed. So, Brandon, fuck you.
Yeah.
And Adam from The Internet is a Toilet, fuck you as well. But Red, the podcaster, Red, you backed me on the...
I liked Red. Red was good. Red
great.
was solid. He backed me when I was on there too.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all the shit that we've got for today. If you'd like to find out some more wanking material, make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and the Facebooks. And if you'd like to send us some hate mail, death threats, some rants, whatever you want, record it on your phone or just email us at weonlydonetechpodcast@gmail.com. Kieran, so good to have you back in the studio for another episode. More stuff coming up.
Brilliant.
And we'll see you next Thursday.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers, guys, come on. Give me the 5-star rating, baby. Give me the 5-star. That's all I want, baby. That's all I want. I'll fuck all the beautiful girls in the goddamn world. They'll fuck a 10-star. I just want 5. 5, baby. Just 5.